because we all have 5 aggregate and
yes.
因為我哋都有問就係咁，即係頭先師傅話就算係生即係唔同界別嘅生命，我哋有問都係面對同樣嘅。
Now, how to deal with negative memory that hurt us?
而家點樣去面對一啲過往嘅負面嘅唔好嘅回憶，一路傷害緊我哋嘅啲回憶。
For example, a memory of one person who hurt us.
例如啦，師傅記得之前有個人咧係傷害過佢嘅。
This kind of memory is very clear.
好清晰。
Even pass through time.
好多年之後咧，好耐之後都能夠清晰。
Can still remember the eyes.
都仲係會記得嗰個人個對眼啦，點啊
The wording.
佢
The atmosphere.
當時嘅氣氛係點啊
All the teacher and the Buddha says the past is already past.
所有佛法嘅老師都會教你咧，過去嘅就係過咗啦。
But when it comes up to us, it's hurt every time.
講還講咧，始終喺自己身上發生嘅時候咧，就幾耐都係覺得好傷害。
Now, how to deal with it?
點算咧？點面對佢？點處理？
The first thing we
第一件事咧，我哋要
accept the truth that it's the past.
要接受咧，呢個事實就係已經過去咗，
It's not real.
唔實在嘅，唔係真實。
It's just the wound, the scar inside
傷
ourselves.
害咧，嗰個疤痕咧，仲係喺度嘅。
And the wound and the scar also doesn't exist.
其實唔存在嘅都，
It's in our memory.
只係喺回憶裏面嘅啫。
Secondly, when it comes up,
當佢生起嘅時候咧，
we have to be neutral with it.
we have to be
Neutral.
neutral。當呢啲回憶when this memory arrives neutral。當呢啲回憶生起嘅時候咧，我哋就中立，保持中立。
Impossible to be neutral.
但係冇可能嘅。
Yeah. So have to apply some technique.
所以就需要一啲技巧。
The principle is the first, do not run away.
就係唔好走咗去，唔好去逃避佢。
Not to escape, right?
Not escaping, but still cannot accept.
你唔逃避，但係又接受唔到咁樣。
Yes, I do that all the time.
But if you escape, you will learn nothing.
但如果你逃走咧，你就乜都學唔到。
And you never ever cross this thing.
都冇辦法去克服佢。
And become the habit of the mind
亦都成為新嘅習性，
that cannot face this kind of problem.
去面對呢一種問題。
Next slide again. The mind is weak.
又係咁樣嘅，呢集又會累積落去。
So the technique is to let it be
考咧就係由得佢，
by using our language to label it.
用我哋自己語言去標籤佢。
呢個用我哋自己語言去呢個係你嘅標籤係呢個。
We focus on labeling.
我哋聚焦喺標籤度。
It's hurt because when memory
因為呢啲回憶翻嚟嘅時候，
rise up, it's always followed by mental fabrication.
都係會帶來我哋個心嘅造作嘅。
It's hurting is vedana.
都會帶來傷害啦，而呢啲傷害咧就係受。
We know that vedana can't stay long.
但我哋知道受係唔會長時間停住嘅，
But mental fabrication can be long.
但係心嘅造作咧係可以停留好耐。
I would use the wording mental multiplications. Multiply.
multiplication 即係乘以好多倍咁樣乘。
我哋會將佢成大好多倍。So you mean we exaggerate the truth, like the what
fabrication.
We in our fabrication we exaggerate the thing that happened, make it more serious.
Serious, anger, more sad, remorse. By telling, for example, telling myself, memory come up. You never ever talk to that person again, even 100 years pass. See, we ourselves magnify the memory and hurt ourselves.
咁之後又再用呢個記憶再傷害翻我哋自己，即係你諗翻你就會再傷害多次，你每諗一次就再傷害多次。係啦。
Because how can I say? Okay, this is our mind, and inside we keep a lot of scorpions,
right.
snakes, and all the poisons animals. When it come up, it hurt. When we practice to certain level, the mind is, the surface of the mind is clear. When the surface is clear, all these animals will come out. When it come up, if we do not fabricate it further, it will disappear. But because of our mental fabrication, I cannot accept it. I magnify it. I put even more scorpion, more snake in it. From a few to 100 of them here. Now, by its nature, when the mind is clean and clear because of our practice, this thing will come out. The animal that hurt us may be only one, this small. Just only one here. But the rest of the can filled up with the animal that we built it up later on. See? The original is only one small one. So if we not accept and release it, we will build more animal within it. A lot of suffering. So the Buddha says, face the suffering, face dukkha. Dukkha is for us to know, not to kill, or not to do anything. Now, because it's hurt, so when it want to come up, do not afraid of hurting feeling. And labeling it.
要唔係佢話標籤有標籤佢。
標籤佢。
Now my mind
我而家我嘅心咧
is dominated by
就
anger.
親民佔據啦。
Right now my mind is dominated by sadness.
俾啲憂愁佔據啦。
Not more than this. Just one sentence and keep on leveling.
咁就 OK， 即係我標籤住我而家個心係我充滿住充滿住親恨啦。我而家個心係充滿住憂愁咧，咁就得一句，唔好再去講其他，唔好再講其他。
Sadness is dominating my mind.
Sadness is can dominate. 咁唔好俾憂愁咧去佔據住、控制住自己個心。
Something like this. So keep on leveling.
所以一直做呢個即係標籤佢哋。
So instead of mental fabrication,
唔好有心去做作。
you focus only leveling, no more mental fabrication.
就唔好再有新嘅心嘅做作。
So today,
所以今日
today 2 of them come out.
所以兩粒有毒嘅嘢走出嚟。
After 1 month
1個
has
月之後咧。
your mind is stable because you keep on leveling, not keep on mental fabricated.
你嘅心咧係雖然係穩定嘅，因為你係只係標籤咗佢哋，而係再有更加多新嘅做作。
With a lot of patience, endurance, leveling, it should go out.
一路佢有啲咩出嚟咧，我哋就標籤。
Finally, it's clean.
咁最後佢就會清淨，真係乾淨。
When my first teachers always said, Rajanandra always said, one who accepts and confronts the truth will set you free.
嗰個可以面對真實嘅人咧，真實就會放過你，就會放你翻去自由，就俾你自由。只有可以真實直接面對真實嘅人咧，真實就會放翻你嘅，就會俾自由。
But because of our habit,
但係因為我哋嘅習氣咧，
when it's come out,
當呢啲污糟嘢出嚟嘅時候，
we start to think,
我哋就會有好多做作。
now the only thing is
唯一需要做嘅嘢咧就係
leveling, not thinking, not mental fabrication, level it all. And no need to go into detail. No need to go into detail, just level that. Now my mind is filled up with sadness. Sadness influences my mind. Likewise, this technique, leveling technique, is the way to teach the mind to know the reality. Following the teaching of the Four Noble Truths, the first truth is to know, do nothing. Because it's poison anymore, even you sitting close eye and share loving kindness, still hurt. So instead of spread your loving kindness, just level it. And this technique is not only used for bad animals. Positive animal also. For example, now I see angel. Angel dominating my mind. Now my mind filled up with piti.
我個心咧就充滿住呢個善妙咧。
Piti is dominating in my mind. Piti is not bad, it's good, but without knowing, it's become cause of suffering. So piti also one kind of mental fabrication. Mental fabrication will be the cause, will bring suffering. Mental fabrication is one of 5 aggregates. So when you using this technique, you learn a lot. Now I feel boring. Boresome is in my mind. The moment you know it as it is, all those things gone. So this is because labeling techniques serve many purposes. But do not go deep into detail, just label the feeling, only feeling. Oh, I like piti very much. Now I'm in the state of liking. When you label like this, you will not have attachment to piti. So next meditation, you will not be there to waiting for piti because no attachment. We are here to learn everything, not to attach or create or build up anything. We learn all phenomena. There will be one day the mind start to see that all phenomena has the nature of dukkha, impermanent, and we have no control over it, non-self. That moment we have vipassana jnana.
Is it vipassana jnana? So maybe in Holland 係，不過我唔知佢個中文。jnana 係識字，但係頭先師傅係話 vipassana 就係內觀嘅意思。vipassana So vipassana jnana is a type is that we can see the wisdom of seeing the truth, right? Is that what you mean? Okay.
There's samadha jnana and vipassana jnana. Samadha jnana and vipassana jnana.
頭先我問師傅話 vipassana jnana 係咪就係見到實相嘅智慧？佢話係。
jnana is 智慧啊嘛。
都可以咁樣講，係啊係。
Jnana is something like wisdom. But it's not wisdom yet. Wisdom is panya. Jnana is knowing something that is rise up automatically. For example, you see dukkha, you see it's rise and disappear, rise and disappear.
So that's jnana.
No. At the beginning we put effort to see.
So that's
首先我哋努力去見，努力去見到。
And then we practice a lot until it's happening by itself.
佢自動生起，眼生自生啊嘛。
但係頭先呢個 moment 師傅係啦，之前我哋講過係嗰個 term 係啊。She just want to confirm whether you're talking about Jakukarani or Karani at the moment. she just asking that.
Any questions?
Sorry.
Questions?
有冇問題啊？頭先我唔係要問係咪 Jakukarani 啊？
係嘛？
你問師傅咯。
So you were talking about Jakukarani and Yanakarani. It's the same thing, right?
Not the same thing.
No, I know, not. These two are not the same thing. They are different stages.
Yeah, different stages. Yes.
So you were talking about that, right?
Yes.
So first of all, we see that, and then we see dukkha, and then we see the race of dukkha, disappear of dukkha, and then we see the cause of dukkha, the race of cause of dukkha, the disappear of cause of dukkha, and then we have and then when we see those more often, then it becomes automatic. And when it becomes more automatic, and we see those more and often, and then we become more and more clear, and then
It's happening automatic.
It happens more automatically.
Yes.
And then we.
That's Yanakarani.
It's Yanakarani. And then the disappear or distension of dukkha. Finally arrive.
你講完之後，你隔離講我唔知你想講咩。No, I try to say to her that after she stopped myself, we said yeah, and we're like what?
我唔知我講緊咩，或者我又喺度總結一下，即係我有得總結一下，即係首先咧就係。
Okay, thank you.
首先咧就。我哋飲唔飲得㗎其實？呢個袋裝嚟㗎嘛。
But for afternoon, we try to keep the A precept, even though we haven't get the A precept today, but can we still drink? Okay. Oh, Prajan, can we observe the A precept tomorrow, and can we get the precepts from you?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
跟住見到苦因，係咯，見到首先見苦。So we see dukkha first. We see dukkha and then we see the cause of dukkha, or we see dukkha and we see the rise of dukkha and the disappear of dukkha, and then we see the cause of dukkha.
No, we see the cause of dukkha first.
We see
Dukkha and cause of dukkha.
Oh, okay, thank you. 咁首先我哋見到苦，然之後見到苦生起嘅因，跟住我哋就開始修行都越嚟越好嘅時候咧，我哋就越嚟越係頻密。咁樣見到啦，咁見得越嚟越好，越嚟越清楚啦，我哋就會開始見到佢哋嘅生起同埋滅去，苦因苦嘅生起同滅去，同埋苦因嘅生起同滅去。跟住就當我哋又修行得越嚟越好嘅時候咧，咁佢就開始咧就係會係越嚟越頻密啦。咁跟住咧就係Sorry， 咁好啦，跟住係啦，然之後我哋就會見到佢越嚟越頻密，越嚟越清楚，越嚟頻密越嚟越清楚，苦集滅，咁就係滅啦，因為我哋見到嘅嗰刻咧，其實我哋已經滅咗苦，我哋就冇苦，咁短暫就短暫啦，咁但係當佢越嚟越頻密、越嚟越連貫嘅時候咧，咁即係其實我哋就越嚟越冇咗個苦咯，咁就係第三個性係食生氣咯。咁而呢三個性態，其實我哋已經有埋個道咯，因為呢個就係滅苦之道啊嘛，即係其實係唔同嘅層次，同樣即係同一條道路唔同嘅層次。當我哋越收得圓滿嘅時候，佢就一層一層咁去上，就好似我哋即係1年班、2年班、3年班、4年班咁一路上上。
你一路講我諗到個腦咧有個好畫面，因為係越嚟越頻密啊嘛，咁我突然之間諗起，即係張白紙，我哋攞支筆，越點越頻密嘅時候，總有一個點會，因為你一講，我個腦唔知自己會生起呢一個感覺，越頻密，越頻密，但係當然但係呢個係累積，呢個係累積，你講緊呢個係累積。
但係因為係生滅，即係話其實係不停咁同你換白紙，只不過係我哋
She said that it makes her think of something like
我可能
when we take a piece of paper and then we
paper go. And when I practice more, I can put dots on the paper more and quicker and quicker. So at the beginning, when I start to practice, maybe I can only put 2 dots on that. But when I'm more, I practice more and more. And for example, when I see dukkha, I can put maybe 10 dots. And then when I go into the status, when I can see the rise and gone of the cause of, even the cause of dukkha. Maybe, for example, I can do 100 dots on that paper. Because every moment is different. So we are not accumulating the dots. We are not always putting dots on the same paper. We are actually, paper comes and paper go. But when we have more awareness, when our awareness is more sharp, we can put dots, which means we can aware the moment, the dukkha, the rise and fall and disappear of dukkha more and more frequency. It's like we become more rapid when we put dots on the paper. So you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this is my understanding. So
Yes.
I don't know.
But to see the dukkha, the process that we just discussed this afternoon, at the beginning, doesn't seem easy. Because we get used to only dukkha vedana. Other things we don't label is as dukkha. So the moment you see dukkha correctly, you see cause of suffering at the same time. So one dot. And then take long. Another dot.
So in this case we need a smaller piece of paper.
But this dot is the Buddha dot is powerful.
Right, I
It's
understand.
not normal mindfulness.
Just kidding.
Bigger dots.
Oh, that would work.
So instead of maybe we cannot change the size of the paper, but we can
You can make the dot bigger. Oh, that's another option.
咁我要揾張細啲嘅紙，咁我話如果我哋唔可以換一張細啲嘅紙，我咪攞碌大啲嘅點咯。
笑講個笑。
講嗰個問題，你話咁咪會不停咁換紙，因為生滅㗎嘛，我哋唔係因為覺知唔可以累積㗎嘛，係咪？因為啱啱所嘅人，但係好亂啊！我唔知啊，我諗
你可以再講。
我唔識講。
你話咩覺知係可以累積嘅？
因為阿 Carol 咧就話一張紙我覺知點，咁我儲滿晒呢啲點嘅時候，我成張紙就篤滿晒。但係我嘅理解咧就話，因為剎那過去嘅，同埋覺知咧就唔好似頭先講嗰啲業啊習氣咁樣可以儲啊積累嘅，就好似揈一張，即係俾我放3步，我1分鐘我有一張，我就換一張白紙。咁當我唔識修行，或者我充滿住黐嘅時候咧，咁我可能好似阿師傅講咁樣，我交住好耐。但係當我修行得好勁，我當師傅修行得好勁，咁佢1分鐘換張白紙，但係佢嘅動作好快咁樣，咁1分鐘換，咁我就咁樣換，
Oh, I think okay. What Carol and Alan's understanding is, for Carol is she thinks it's just when we have the mindfulness and then we see and we just make the dot, right? And then it's kind of like filling up the paper. But for Alan, and it's more like oh, at the moment we have mindfulness and we have the thought and it just passed away like that. It's not accumulative. Is it right?
So
like mindfulness, it cannot be, or sati cannot be accumulative. Is it right?
No.
No?
Mindfulness.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean, the moment when we are aware that whether we are moha or greed or whatever, pass. So that thought, we cannot accumulate the thoughts. But we can train ourselves by practicing to be more and more sharp with our mindfulness. When we are better with our mindfulness, we are aware of those moments or our status more rapidly, more better. So at the beginning, I put one dot on that paper, then that moment passed. And then for example, each day I have one new blank paper. When I'm bad with meditation, when I don't practice at all, maybe I can put only one dot. I realize the status of my mind only one time. And then the next day I have another piece of blank paper, for example. And then when I practice more, when I aware of myself better, maybe I can put 2 or 3 or even 10 thoughts, but I cannot accumulate. But I can train up my mind to be better. So we are not accumulating the awareness. We are practicing and make it better. We are actually changing our mind. We are not accumulating mindfulness. We are changing our mind to be more aware.
Yeah, correct.
你咪睇出佢自己講完之後，唔係
Today we discuss only the principle of practice.
Okay.
Not going into the practice yet.
Yes, I
Not
understand.
practicing yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, it's still on the
theoretical level.
In the practice, of course, we know the principle, but doesn't mean we can see it all the time.
我哋只係講緊啲理論層面，即係我哋都冇去修咁啊講話點樣見到要點見到呢個講字咧，修先至。
Tomorrow,
明日
talk
可以
about the
可以
practice.
修。咁我好快咁講一講我張紙嘅嘢，即係
講。
我嘅理解咧，因為你嘅理解話我一張白紙，我好似有儲點點啊，儲點點，就好似頭先師傅講嗰啲舊嘅習氣咁樣，一路累積落去，越嚟越重，越嚟越重。如果唔搞掂佢，就越嚟越重，會砸死你。咁但係我嘅理解咧就係呢個唔同嘅個性質唔同，即係我哋唔可以儲我哋覺知嘅苦，即係儲幾多次覺知苦。但係我哋可以透過收集，令到我哋個心咧越嚟越敏鋭，越嚟越覺知得快。咁例如我哋其實咧，我亂講，比如我哋其實每一日都換一張白紙，咁24小時一張白紙。當我完全唔修行，或者修行都好渣嘅時候咧，即係而家，咁我可能一日咧先好慢動作咁覺知一次嘅啫，我篤一遍。但係我聽朝瞓醒咧，成張紙又換咗張新嘅。咁我可能好努力、好精進，係咁觀，咁我好叻女咁樣，可能我好快早勁，咁可能我一日咧我篤到10個點，但係第二日我瞓醒咧，係啦，因為佢係實啦咁樣過，我哋唔可以喺上裏邊積累一啲嘢，但係我哋可以去訓練自己個心，令到佢越嚟越快、越嚟越敏鋭。當佢去時間過去，或者嗰啲實啦過去，或者個心嘅境界轉嘅嗰啲心識實啦啦，我當中間嘅時候咧，我哋可以更加快、更加敏鋭，或者次數更加多咁樣去覺知到自己個狀況，咁就嗰個痴會少咗。但係我唔可以將我上一剎那，即係咯，我唔可以積累落嚟咯。但係我可以 train up 我個能力更加高咯。
咁我就明白，
你明啊？嗬，係咯，
我明白，係唔可以累積。而家你話每日換一張新嘅白紙，咁我就明。但係呢個問題其實唔存在嘅，只不過係個質性。你問一個問題就係啦，其實呢個問題好好，呢個比喻好好，其實我哋個理解唔一樣咯。係啦。咁但係咁樣講出嚟就我哋就搞清楚咗，因為係咁樣嘅意思。我如果唔問呢個問題，我就會係咯，可能你就以為係累積。
因為其實咧，我對累積嗰個係另外一個 understanding， 就其實比較似佢講嗰個嘢，但係咧我又覺得係好似係少少係你 practice 越嚟越咁樣去做咧，咁其實你就會嗰個就會更加頻密嗰個係啦，個修行。我覺得呢個係一個累積，所以其實累積咧。 其實呢個字有唔同嘅理解方式。我頭先係咁樣理解你頭先個問題。No, we try to discuss that how we understand each other is like wording。
即係好似員工，即係好似for example 或者我即係你好似練功咁樣，即係好似你講到亂晒大龍。
你梗係同我哋講，誒聽邊個咧就要靠邊個。
即係好似比如I want to make sure as well. So I ask Ajahn. For example, actually I like I was a painter. I paint and I draw. So in the 而家越嚟越複雜 so even more complicated. So maybe it's a bad example. So first of all, I have to explain to you that painting style. Because the Chinese painting, you have largely two styles. One is you draw it in great details, one stroke by stroke. Sometimes you spend even a month on one drawing. But the other way is you do it in a quick way. But for example, you have to spend, for example, like or 1 month. I spend also 1 month on that drawing. But I spend 1 month to practice how to draw. But I only spend like 10 seconds or 5 minutes to finish that drawing. But before that, I practice a lot. But in this style, I spend 1 month, but on the same drawing, draw like that. So you accumulate your effort for this work. For the other work, it's also accumulation, but you accumulate your technique, and then you finish that work in like 5 minutes. But you have to spend a lot of time to practice before that. So Carol, her understanding may be like a little bit like that. You accumulate, you practice, that you accumulate. But my understanding a little bit is like that. We practice our mind so that we can become quick and we become more skillful. Is it?
Both have to go together.
Yeah. 師傅話你哋兩個講過呢個係即係同時間同步進行一齊嘅，佢係同步進行。
我理解。
但你明唔明啊？
明。因為開頭我以為
講完以後，
唔係因為我唔係啊，因為我頭先用英文講俾師傅聽，但係佢話佢明咯。
唔係，因為其實你未問嗰陣時，我自己個腦已經喺度諗緊頭先。
因為咁樣，我再講一次。因為其實我頭先同師傅講係另外一個example，另外一個例子嚟嘅。我講咧，因為我中意畫畫，咁國畫裏邊咧，我唔知你知唔知有工筆畫同埋有寫意畫嘅。工筆畫咧，你知就描，可能我用1個月時間都要畫同一幅畫，但係我係真係好似你講累積，畫到最後我畫滿晒或者填滿晒。但係另外一個寫意咧，可能我都要用1個月時間，但我1個月時間係不停練習，點樣可以2筆畫隻雞出嚟？我練過2筆畫隻雞出嚟，咁我練咗之後咧，可能我真正畫最後個成品嘅時候，我用5分鐘畫完，但係我都係用咗1個月落去。咁跟住個問題就係、即係呢個係你即係工筆畫係你嘅理解啦，寫意畫係我理解啦。咁跟住Emily 話唔係喎，佢嘅理解咧係2樣嘢喎。咁樣師傅係啦，其實2樣嘢都要2樣嘢咯。2樣都有。So how to combine this two together？ 點樣咧？但係點樣2樣一齊行咧
You need both technique and also
2種技術都要。
train your techniques,
要訓練我哋嘅技術。
accumulation.
都要累積。
Which go together, it's happening.
要2樣一齊做。
Because when talking about practice, we need everything. Because we don't know that our eye, ear, nose, tongue, mouth, body, and the mind will encounter what in the future we don't know. Whenever the 6 senses encounter things, the dependent origination work, the Four Noble Truths work. We don't know, so we need somebody maybe good at techniques. Somebody not much technique but very diligent. Depend on individuals.
收得好好，同咁講。
Diligent mean in the sense of very work hard or like practice hard.
哦，係精進啊，好精進。
So tomorrow we will talk about the practice. The practice is whatever we practice, we have to come back to the principle today.
主要嘅原則係原則。
Whether we see dukkha and change our view of the world and believe the Buddha first. Even we don't see, we don't understand yet, believe first. When he said 5 aggregates are dukkha, because for ordinary person still see that life is sukha and dukkha. But the Buddha said life is dukkha always. So believe him first. So we can level, even we walk and we can't see anything yet. We can feel our body. The moment we feel our body, we may label it, this is dukkha. Dukkha is walking. One day it will face dukkha vedana.
One day you will face.
Of course, dukkha vedana will come one day. Right now you may not have any dukkha vedana.
Oh, you mean as we practice like that to label, even though we don't feel like anything, but like when we label as dukkha, and then as we practice, one day we will know that as dukkha vedana. Is that what you mean?
When the prince left the palace, he was only 29 years old. Young, strong, perfect, everything good. No dukkha vedana. But he see dukkha. That is a person, like a great person like the Buddha. He see dukkha. Yes. For ordinary, we see that our life is happiness and suffering. But a great person see that.
一個偉大，我覺得係偉大。佢如果我佛陀係咪應該偉大嘅人，好似佛陀咁樣？我咁樣理解佢。
我都唔知點樣。
唔緊要，可能大家啲理解。我都係
一個偉大嘅，一個偉大嘅人，好似佛陀咁偉大嘅人咧，就會。
So you can see the path of Bodhisattva. They want people to realize sukha, to have a lot of sukha.
哦，即係嗰個嗰就係嗰個菩薩。
哦，咁所以菩薩咧就會想叫人見到菩薩。
Sorry, can you say again? Bodhisattva and then.
Many Bodhisattva in this world,
世界上有好多菩薩。
They always create activity that produce happiness to their disciples.
都會做一啲令到佢嘅弟子開心嘅嘢。大家啲活動係啊，活動係啊，啲活動。
For example, in Taiwan, Hong Kong, call the lay people come and build big beautiful temple. The donor, those who contribute money to help when they come to see. Happy. not seeing dukkha,
見到苦，
not enlightened,
咁啊冇辦法去。
but they will set their mind to follow that bodhisattva.
哦，
但係佢哋就會一路跟隨住呢啲
呢個菩薩道咯，係啦，佢哋就會行呢個叫
菩薩道，yes.
菩薩道係菩薩道。
Pusaka. See, because the bodhisattva hasn't realized
嗯
for the truth yet.
唔知道世界大，因為佢哋真係唔知道世界。
嗯
因為菩薩唔知道四正諦，所以大菩薩即係漢傳大漢傳嗰啲大菩薩啦，佢會做好多活動啊，起大寺廟啊，叫人哋去供養啊，去即係貢錢嚟到去起觀音啊，起好之後咧，嗰啲公則主嚟到咧就要哇好開心啊咁樣，咁但係佢哋咁樣開心法咧，佢哋唔會見到苦咯，佢哋淨係見到呢個係一個開心，係一個樂受。
佢哋唔覺得呢個係苦，呢個係佢哋唔知呢個係
佢哋即係呢啲行為，呢啲行為全部唔會令到人見苦，只係會令到人覺得啊好開心啊，真係好啦咁樣。咁所以師傅就翻到嚟，呢啲菩薩其實佢就係睇唔到四正諦，所以佢先至會係咁樣嘅行為。咁而喺佢咁樣嘅行為之下嘅佢嘅信徒，亦都會想行菩薩道。因為佢哋都見唔到人間其實有一個冇辦法掙脱嘅苦，冇辦法擺脱嘅苦，佢哋覺得係好樂嘅，好開心嘅，可以好開心。頭先你嚟講咧，你見到啲咩？我好想諗單字，但唔好講，唔好講，即係做單字，我覺得唔緊要，唔緊要，係啦，唔好講。
我翻去如果點解聽唔到你睇？如果聽到我可能再點咗佢。
聽到嘅，聽到嘅，咁樣一閃即逝聽到，即係係啦，係你講嘅。咁但係。被講到好，好似好呢個係你要分清楚，我哋呢個係立傳。
唔係，我覺得都可以問嘅，可以問師傅 to verify 係啦。Oh, no, because he tried to understand like the meaning of the path of Bodhisattva, because as we understand that as Mahayana, like the path of the Bodhisattva is to attain the Buddhahood, right? But it's more like, but I think we are a little bit, I think in that sense, if like the Bodhisattva does not know the Four Noble Truths, so it's more like they will still be in the earth of
Yes,
life
of
and
course,
yeah,
yes.
like that, and it's not then when will they attain Buddhahood if they do not know the Four Noble Truths?
When they realize the truth. It's like our Buddha. From the first one to see for Songkhaya, long time.
Songkhaya, I think it's in Mandarin. Okay, let me double check. 你繼續講，你繼續講頭先。冇師傅頭先講另外一個係柯真奇傑。
Because Bodhisattva have to collect a lot of perfections. Some lives has to collect perfection in jhana. So that life, his disciple will be perfect in jhana as well. Some lives, the Bodhisattva have to perfect the giving. See, 10 perfection have to be fully filled to be the Buddha, Samma Sambuddha.
就係譬如第三妙三佛陀，頭先師傅三妙三菩提。
Not easy, not easy. Until the most important aspect of perfection, panya, the wisdom, fulfilled. Then that Bodhisattva will attain Buddhahood. seeing for noble truths.
So we don't know how long would it take. It might take like what is Asaka, right?
Asomkai, yeah.
Asomkai, many Asomkai, I will show not. โอเจนเพจิ係嘛？
劫
โอเจนเพจิ係啦。
仲有劫。
โอเจนเพ因為佢哋都用中佢哋都有咁樣講咯，或者柯真奇咯，你可以咁樣柯真奇咯，係啦。因為佢哋都會講話柯真奇劫，其實呢啲都係佢哋嗰啲漢傳嗰啲名相，其實係啊係啊係啊。
Okay. Today, rest.
Okay, thank you.
Rest, study a lot. Maybe.
Yes, we
learn a lot. And we're really happy.
Yeah. Tomorrow we go into detail
Okay.
how to practice.